The humanities, literature, philosophy, history, you can't understand the arts if you don't have a good grasp of the humanities. When you look at the painting, you see a dancer, you listen to wonderful music, you want to talk about it, you want to learn more. That's when you turn to the humanities to understand what the arts do.
We're standing right here in front of a mural I designed, Living Timeline Paul Robeson, and it's the first interactive public mural in Washington, D.C., and perhaps the United States. I believe that murals are an intricate tool to the humanities. They allow us to preserve our legacy, they allow us to exalt our champions, to make sure that messages stay relevant and timeless. Those are very important aspects for the humanities and why murals make perfect sense.
A mural is important because it's a visual representation of some of the stories of the city. Also, they're public, and that's an important point about the humanities. They are accessible.
When you're truly creating public artwork, it should have a component in it that gives context to the space, that gives identity to the community, and it shouldn't just be art for art's sake. We want to see that history being preserved and that legacy being, taught to future generations. And so the reason why the humanities are a valuable asset is because they give critical funding for projects for working artists. And I've had several friends who have had projects funded through the HumanitiesDC, and they have been able to parlay what they were doing with HumanitiesDC into much larger funding opportunities.
We've given grants out for many, many years, and now we're also doing our own programming. And the programs have arisen because we think that young people need the critical thinking skills that the humanities offer.
This is the RISE Demonstration Center in Southeast Washington. We are collecting stories, we are collecting cultural descriptions, spoken word, there will be poetry. We will be gathering stories. And they're all because the Humanities Council, once again, has brought together artists and seniors and citizens and interested people to this place, this night, to celebrate. HumanitiesDC is such a unique organization. It is rich, it recognizes, respects, gets excited about heritage. It is bringing to the Washington, D.C. community the way, the manner, the tools, even the funding to capture itself, the history of its neighborhoods. And that's what the humanities does. It celebrates us where we are in a manner that we understand.
Game in Lawrence Hills laid the foundation for the roots of hip-hop to grow. Girl, you ain't know that God loved Eve just as much as he did Adam or Andre 3000, perhaps a little bit more. See, we all know Hov watched the throne, but Queen Latifah never left it. MC Lyte is heavyweight champion, but Heavy D never stood a chance, and we all know Drake might be.
Poetry is important to youth because it gives them a voice. It helps them to express themselves, and it helps them to purge things that are going on with their lives. When you can speak it in front of people, it helps to release any things that they're going through, and also connects them to other people as well.
And one of the things that the Humanities Council encourages us to do is to reach out, to get to know people, to get to understand them, and then it reduces fear, and it encourages healthy curiosity. How do we do that? We talk. What do you do when you talk? You tell experiences. When you're giving experiences, you're telling stories. And if you're telling stories, you're celebrating the lives of people through their own experiences.
People need to know that the humanities and the disciplines of the humanities and the opportunities that the humanities present are really, really vital for young people. We have never been more relevant than we are now.